to the Fast Mode podcast series. I'm Tara Neil, Executive Editor at the Fast Mode, and with me today is Sofiane Kamon, VP, Executive Innovation Advisor at Etiya, a leading global software vendor delivering CX-focused, AI-driven digital transformation solutions. Sofiane joins us in an exciting discussion on an emerging business model in telecoms, the digital brand. Welcome, Sofiane. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you, Tara. Thanks very much. It's a great pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
Okay, great. Let's dive right in. Sofiane, you've been in and around the telecom industry for more than 2 decades. So I believe you have seen a lot of changes, new trends, novel technologies, and groundbreaking products. But in recent years, as the telecoms landscape has become increasingly saturated and competitive, operators are facing new challenges. What do you consider as the most significant change in the market today, and how does it impact telecoms?
Yes, indeed. Obviously, in the last 20 years, let's say, there a lot of stuff happened into telco, and I think now that we experience major changes, disruptive changes, on 3 aspects essentially. One is new technologies, new market players, and most importantly, also on the customer side, the customer's lifestyle and demands have changed. So, from a technology standpoint, telco have been always fast-paced industry, innovating, etc. But now we see emerging new technologies and disruptive technology, I would say, particularly like AI, who are really making a lot of very significant changes into the industry. That's one of the big factors right now. The second one, on the vendor side, the market has become quite more complex, particularly with the introductions of new players, like hyperscalers, who come not only with new technology, but also with new approaches, new business models, and which are completely shaping the market dynamics, but most importantly also the consumer service experience. The third is the customer. Today, the customer's expectations are now extremely high across all the services they get, with the evolution of the customer experience across the multiple domains. The other thing is that the customer lifestyle is also changing. There was a major event with the pandemic where multiple players, such as the hyperscalers, but other service providers, have pushed for and supported a digital-first approach with services available 24/7, accessible from anywhere, etc. And that became a benchmark across various industries, including obviously the telco.
Absolutely. So, can you share some examples on what these new customer demands are, and what are the steps taken by CSPs to stand out from the crowd while meeting these new and growing expectations?
Yeah, sure. Actually, today subscribers are not only demanding more services or wider range of services from their CRP, but more importantly, they're really looking for personalized services that they're really fit and match to their needs. So, standard approach from CSPs, which is a one-size-fits-all, is obsolete. So, from this standpoint, they have no choice today than introducing services that are way more tailored to those needs, providing flexibility. That's on one hand. Now, moreover, what makes make it more complex is that the customer needs are evolving over time. Therefore, now the CSPs, they need to have the ability not only to react and adjust, but to furthermore to be proactive on that and detect those changes and to be able to adapt to that before the customers go elsewhere. So this is a major challenge for the CSPs, and the CSPs have no choice than to diversify their services via dedicated, distinctive brands or offerings that are tailored to each and every segment.
That's insightful. Can you elaborate on this diversification approach? How is it beneficial to offer distinctive brands to customers? And how is this business model different from traditional telco services?
At the core, it's all about the concept of a digital brand, which is not new, which was adopted by uh, not only telcos but also other industries. So essentially, a digital brand is a business model where it operates entirely online, no physical stores, no customer service centers, with full service capabilities via different channels, right? And in the case of communication services, we will see essentially digital brands in two typical schemas. One as sub-brands which are launched by the traditional CSP to go after a particular segment. So he's going to launch the digital brand, sub-brand for that, or as an MVNO, which is launched by a non-telco player as a complement to its services, such as a bank or travel or whatever it is. So the digital brands are targeted for specific customer profile and segment, right? And the success condition is to fully embrace the customer persona mindset, characteristics, and needs. In the case of complementary mobile services, now it's a matter of having this additional service in full compliance with the brand's attributes and the customer experience that provider is already giving. So, regardless of the context, typically digital brand features customizable and simplified offerings. The interfaces and the processes are simple. Transaction time are fast. Because the way they designed in a lean way, etc. These digital brands will support fast innovation, and they can introduce new features and services quite quickly because they are built by design to be agile, and that definitely gives a very significant advantage to those digital brands with their low operating cost, low overheads, which enables them to have competitive pricing.
That sounds like an exciting concept indeed. Do you see any areas where digital brands are especially strong already?
Yeah, sure. Today, the strongest areas, if you wish, are Western Europe, North America, and the developed country of Asia Pacific. And at the root, this is because this is where there is a market saturation that drives the CSP to go after the niche markets, and the only way to go after niche markets is to have digital brands. So this is historically where it is and why. Now, other markets are also we see more and more digital brands in other geographies. Uh, on one hand, because some areas such as Africa are opening their markets for that, but also because of the evolution, as I said earlier, of the mindset and the digital readiness, if you wish, of the client as such.
And can you pinpoint where they have the greatest potential in the near future?
So, if we look now in terms of these services that are offered by these digital brands, we will see at the basis uh, voice and data, which will be complemented later on by value added services which are tailored to each and every segment. So whether it's entertainment or smart home or whatever it is. Uh, we talked a lot about the consumer focus, but the B2B side also enterprise is also expanding. Uh, Main driver for that is the strong need for the MNOs to significantly monetize their huge investments in 5G. So therefore, they will go and favor launching dedicated B2B brands on specific services, whether IoT or private network, wherever, either themselves or enabling MVNOs to provide those services.
Sofian, you mentioned opportunities for non-telco players. How can they leverage BSS capabilities to expand their offerings with digital brands?
Yeah, sure. I mean, as mentioned earlier, typically these digital brands could be used by non-telcos to further enrich their offerings, expand their value proposition, with additional mobile services, right? So, and for this, they can definitely use these the BSS stacks, such as what we offer, to expand that offering and to capitalize on these capabilities to offer these services along their own brand attributes, etc. So this is really a natural expansion, and more are going through this to increase revenue streams and to further strengthen their position with their customers.
Brilliant. So, moving on, we see that market segmentation is becoming more and more complex, and that means companies might need to use multiple digital brands to cater to diverse subscriber needs. But given the complexity of telco operations, including system requirements, etc., can this be implemented and managed in an efficient way?
Yeah, sure. I mean, as mentioned earlier, now a CSP is facing the challenge to serve different segments, niche segments, but each and every one in a very specific way. So here we're talking about the multi-brand strategy for diversification, which is essentially boils down to saying, okay, I will serve each and every segment with its own identity, its own pricing structure, its own service offering, but all obviously operating under the same company. And in order to do that, the best approach and what we put in place is to have a single platform which enables to mutualize all core capabilities or generic capabilities across all these brands, and have the specifics for each brand supported and done on top of that platform. So that's the whole concept of a multi-brand platform, which significantly reduces operational costs, investment costs, etc., because you capitalize on all those common services and capabilities. And with that approach, the CSP can experiment with different market approaches without changing his core operations.
Amazing. So, this technology solution means that you can actually operate complex brand and offering structures with a lean and efficient organization. But how can CSPs ensure that the services or plans offered by their digital brands meet the specific needs of the target subscriber base?
Yes, actually, the starting point is uniqueness. So uniqueness is at the core of the approach, and our vision at Etiya is that each digital brand needs to first be solidly anchored and aligned into the unique characteristics of the persona, and then in the second stage, each specific customer is unique and he needs to be served accordingly. The second level is the uniqueness with the evolution of the needs along the context and time. So for that, the operator needs to be very close to the customer behavior, proactively anticipate and quickly understand the intention and the needs. And that's where AI and real-time analytics come into picture. And for that, at Etiya, we developed what's called the digital twin of the customer, who's analyzing the customer interaction and behavior, etc., and all relevant insights to be able to predict and propose the right action at the proper level to ensure the customer needs fulfillment. Now, beyond the single customer needs, it can also globally group subscribers into subsegments and then create more relevant offerings for each groups. So all this is a foundation to a strategic enabler to deliver better experience and to build lasting connections with the customer.
Great. Let's talk about your company's approach on this. How does Etiya help CSPs to successfully launch and manage digital brands?
Well, sure. First of all, it's in our value and mission to be the trusted and long-term partner and advisor to our customer. Okay, with a premium service and support through the entire life cycle of the brand. It's not only in launching it, but also in evolving it, and that with capitalizing on decades of experience. Our mission obviously is to really first help the operator to understand and navigate the complex market environment, and through that help them achieve three things essentially: their uniqueness, viral growth, and enable them to efficiently and quickly adapt to time. So we offer a holistic approach with the proper supporting tools and products that make their brand unique and to let their customer feel unique. So, and for that, we basically have three key enablers. One, the right technology, flexibility, and scalability. The second, the business-focused solution and rapid go-to-market capabilities. And third, but not least, unique and differentiating customer experience. These are three enablers that enables our clients.
So, Sofiane, you mentioned enablers. Can you give us some specific examples on what these enablers are and exactly how they support CSPs?
Sure. First, on the technology side, we have more than 20 years of R&D, and we have a future-proof stack which is fully compliant to dominant standards, TM Forum in particular, ODA, Open APIs, etc., and which enables easy integration, but most importantly, telcos to be adaptive into the upcoming market needs, right? So this is an essential part. The second part, which is on the business side, is that we are really in a business-oriented approach with the proper empowering solutions and low-code, no-code capabilities, etc., that again enable the operator to use deep customer insights with intent-oriented Gen AI assistance and such for both operations, business operations, and sales. So to complement this business side, we obviously enable the operator to have innovative commercial models that they can use both for one or multiple, in particular multiple brands as such. Last but not least, on the customer side, we have AI capabilities that help predict and proactively address the customer needs, right? And along along with uniquely differentiating loyalty program with key viral elements that take the customer engagement to the next level and build long-term loyalty and brand advocacy. We believe that this part is one of the strongest enablers beyond the first two that I mentioned.
That's very interesting. Can you share some details of successful implementations of a digital brand or multi-brand strategy?
Sure. Well, a perfect example of what it takes to launch a successful and disruptive digital brand is one of our customers who's Fizz in Canada, whose amazing success story fully capitalized on our advisory, our holistic approach, and on the core ingredients I mentioned. One, a deep understanding of the customer persona, then fully aligning the customer experience, the offerings, and the operating model to those attributes. And finally, capitalizing on our unique combination of loyalty, gaming, community, and AI to achieve a strong brand and a viral growth and a strong brand advocacy. That is really a great case that shows how all these pieces fit together and how they make the success of the digital brand.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sofian, for sharing your insights with us. I think we had a really comprehensive and valuable discussion into the world of digital brands with the latest trends and opportunities. So, on a final note, how would you summarize the key success factors of digital brands and how your BSS solution supports them?
I would summarize it in three keywords: uniqueness, flexibility, and efficiency. Uniqueness is in the full alignment and hyper-personalization on the customer persona. And for that, you need to have the proper holistic design and proper supporting tools. And as far as our platform is concerned, we definitely have those proper things, whether it comes to AI, including the digital twin, hyper-personalized offers, and so on. So, as well as what it takes for on the loyalty side and so on. So that's number one. Number two, as far as agility, flexibility, and adaptability to experiment, to quickly try and grab new market opportunities, this is a must. And rapid time to market is essential through the entire life cycle of the brand, okay, from launching through evolution. And on that standpoint, launching a brand with Etiya's digital stack can really be a matter of a month instead of years, and so launching a service could be a matter of minutes or hours instead of months. So we really have the proper means for that flexibility and agility. Last but not least is the efficiency, right? Obviously, with this 100% digital experience, 24/7 service, self-service, etc., and with an excellent customer experience there, you can achieve and enable that efficiency. Now, furthermore, I mean, in the case of multi-brands, definitely a key driver is capitalizing on a single enabling multi-brand platform. So we offer a holistic approach, okay, and a very strong comprehensive stack, okay, with all the key attributes today of cloud native, microservices based, modular and scalable, and all digital. We have all these key ingredients that are enabling to launch not only one sub brand, or one digital brand, but also multiple brands in a very cost and efficient way. And we strongly believe that BSS providers like us really need to offer, the capabilities that allow the CSPs not only to stay in the race, but really be leaders. And the cornerstone of that is to provide the best possible customer experience to their users. And we strongly believe that we have the right ingredients for that.
Brilliant. Once again, thank you, Sofian, for joining us today. And thank you to everyone tuning in. If you'd like to learn more, visit www.etiya.com and follow us for more updates and insights as we continue to uncover the latest in technology and telecommunications. See you in our next session.
Thank you, Tara.